Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. As you guys know, some of you guys know that watch my video podcast on a semi-regular basis or a regular basis. You guys would know that during this moment, during this period, I don't do a lot of videos because, as I told you guys, I'm a student and I'm human, so I'm going to need rest so that I can perform at my best. So, considering that I'm a virtual online class student, I'm not going to be doing a lot of preview videos or follow-up matches. Hold on. Follow-up match reaction to those preview videos. But well, to be honest, in some cases I don't do them because I'm lazy like that. But then again, that plays into why, because I want rest. So is me. So I'm going to be doing videos here and there. Like for example, if Manchester United is going to play in the next round of the FA Cup against Preston North End, I'm not going to be doing a preview on that. No disrespect to Preston North End, is me, because them have Josh Harrop, so no disrespect to them, but I'm not going to be doing a preview on that type of game, is me, because that's a foregone conclusion for Preston North End as far as I'm concerned. But if we are playing against if we are playing against Tottenham in the EuroLeague, Arsenal in the EuroLeague, or some other top club, which Arsenal isn't really a top club, but considering that they don't have some history, I just put them in the mix like that. So if you go play against them in the EuroLeague, then I could do a preview, is me, but that's not written in stone. That's not a guarantee. But definitely, if it's a preview match in the Premier League, regardless, I'm trying my best in my interest to do a video. Is me. So hold on, I want this to be seen. Yes, I'm gonna try to do a video preview video on that. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to be doing rumbles, digressions, going on different streets, different counter arguments, different. Cause there's a few stuff I want to say, so I don't want to really mislead you guys into believing and deceiving you guys that this is going to be a 10-minute video. This might be a 100-minute video, isn't it? So you have to be cognizant of that. First of all, Manchester United played against Real Sociedad yesterday in the EuroLeague in the round of 32, I believe. So that's not really something to really shout at because it's not the round of 16. But we are in a routine of being in the round of 16s. But we beat Real Sociedad 4-0. I mean, Real Sociedad have some decent players. They have what I would call Premier League reject players like Nacho Monreal, Adnan Januzaj, who had man on toes. My man basically had Wan-Bissaka a few times on toes on that left hand side. David Silva, of course. You know, my man is not showing his age whatsoever. I mean, his beard is kind of looking choppy. So I mean, you need to clean that real quick, bro. Yeah, but in terms of the performance of Manchester United, I'm not really gung ho or over the moon because, like I said, bro, it's just the round of 32. This is just basically a mock exam for the real exam in the round of 16. So this is not nothing to blow your trumpets about, isn't it? So this is just the round of 16. But considering that, let's just be grateful because Bruno Fernandes netted twice, and Rashford got a goal. Now Rashford's performance yesterday wasn't as appealing as expected because Rashford, although he's a youngster, he's going to be very enthusiastic. He wants to impress and express his display and his ability on the ball. So he's not going to be very conservative when he's on the ball. This is me. Daniel James, I mean, I saw some comments on Twitter saying that basically, I think some fans from other like in Spain or the Bayern Munich, I call it the Bayern Munich league, but the German league. Some saying that I can't believe that Real Sociedad make Daniel James look like a Welsh Aaron Robin. Dude, listen. Do not see, let me miss my train of thought, but Do not try to downgrade on the performance of Manchester United. No, Daniel James is a periphery type of player, meaning he's not a player that will start. I doubt if he'll ever start in Everton, but he's not a player that will start in the elite, isn't it? Because he's not an elite player, isn't it? So he's going to take his ass on the bench, isn't it? That's where he's going to stay at. He's going to relegate and designate himself on the bench, because he's a bench player. So despite that, bro, he cannot question his. I think he scored 2 goals. I think one was off. No, either no. Yeah, Daniel Greenwood assisted Daniel James. So yeah, you guys should not try to find excuse to use on misuse on Daniel James' performance. My man had a impeccable, contestable performance yesterday. So don't be hating on Daniel James. Speaking on that, I think Bruno Fernandes has about 32 goals in our competition for Manchester United, and I think that is something that's been under the wire a bit, or under the table a bit, because a lot of persons consider not Daniel James. See why you guys make me do it? Me and me the Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. He's been getting out of goals as of, I think he has 21 goals this season for Manchester United. That is very telling, despite him taking penalties. Dude, some of you guys, I don't even know if you guys play professional. Well, you guys ain't professional, so you haven't played professional football. But I doubt if you guys have ever played football on a semi-professional level or Sundays league level, is me, because you guys think that scoring a penalty is easy. You guys think that scoring a penalty is easy. Newsflash. Penalties is not easy to score. Don't let FIFA fool you. Don't let the AI on FIFA fool you. And even on FIFA, some persons can score a penalty. So you go despise Bruno Fernandes for scoring penalties, bro. Because he's better than most of your midfielders. My man is probably the best at the moment. No, hold on. Well, he's on top of the tree with Gundogan this season, and there's a reason for that. And Kevin De Bruyne. You see me? So my man is basically fist fighting with. It's like an handicap match, you see me? Because you have De Bruyne and Gundogan against Bruno Fernandes himself, and this man is pulling strings for Manchester United solo. You see me? So this man deserve respect in the aspect of Manchester United, because without Bruno Fernandes, we're just like a cell without a mitochondria, basically, if you know biology. But if we are in your terms, we're like a car without an engine, because this man makes our side tick. This man makes our side click. Without this guy, we probably seventh or sixth in the league. We'll be like Arsenal. We don't want to be like Arsenal. So yeah, bro, I think Bruno Fernandes deserves respect, is because penalties is not easy to be taken. Definitely, if it's in the dying minutes and you have to win a game, that's not easy, bro, because the fact that you might miss, you go get a lot of backlash on social media, and the players go actually they might not show it on the pitch, but the players go have a certain feeling towards you. This is me if you miss it. No, it depends on the nature of how you miss a penalty. No, if you miss the target, like you did a Sergio Ramos type of penalty, what he did against Bayern Munich in the 2012 Champions League semi-finals, and just blast it to the moon, then yeah, you deserve every criticism that comes your way, bro, because that shouldn't be missing to begin with. Now, I'm going to go over a few housekeeping notes as it relates to Manchester United. Okay, I guess this is an incredible start for Bruno Fernandes, so I guess more praise should be hammered to Bruno Fernandes' way. It says here that Bruno Fernandes' goal and assist stats compared to Lionel Messi since his debut. I mean, statistics it doesn't tell the full story because again, bro, you have players that live on statistics, isn't me? They live on statistics and they're not even good in math. I don't even know how you work that out, but I don't think statistics is in related to. I mean, it can play a part, but I don't think that tells the whole story of the player himself because you can miss banging goals, but if those goals are like in the 6 yard box, bro, and if you're a striker, no. If you're a striker, that's good. But in terms of person saying you're a great player, that's kind of questionable because you have a lot of players that could have actually scored. This is not me hating Bruno Fernandes. This is just facts. You have a lot of players that actually score goals in the 6 yard box, like Inzaghi. I mean, look at Inzaghi. Inzaghi was like a prolific goal scorer. My face was kind of dryish. Was a prolific goal scorer when he was at AC Milan. But you need to understand is that he was not a great player. He had pace, but he was not a quote unquote great player. This man had poor first touch, which leads me to another player, Lukaku. Lukaku has been working on his touch from when he started touching in Italy to almost 2 years ago. And he's like a different player right now. He's enjoying his football. Hold on. He's enjoying his football. He's scoring goals as he should be because he's a striker. But the assisting, bro, the assisting has weighed a lot on a lot of millennial fans these days. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you old heads out there, you veteran types, you know, you fans that have been supporting sides since the 1970s, 1980s, you guys know that stats is a different thing to in comparison with how a person play on the pitch. Like some of you persons might say, well, I think that if a midfielder scores 10 goals in one season and he has 17 assists, I think that's better than a player that has a midfield that has four goals and 4 assists. Now, on the balance of play, if you're talking about in terms of stats, who is better, now you might have a point by saying that the player who has the most stats can win that. But if you watch the display on the pitch, okay, like for example, Luka Modric. Again, I might be doing a digression. Again, like I told you guys, I'll be doing some digressions, but I'm going into the physics of football, because a lot of persons don't understand the physics of football. They think that football is based on statistics, even basketball. You go need to play good. You know, you have to play good on the pitch. I guess you could say, in the indoor pitch, but still. Modric, when he won the Ballon d'Or in 2018, persons were saying, why is this nigga, who is not really a nigga because he's born in Croatia, why is this short midget nigga winning the Ballon d'Or? He didn't even assist or score. He's not one to score a lot of goals. But if you watch the balance of play, what he did on the pitch, definitely in the World Cup, this nigga deserved the ball. No, at the time, I didn't believe it because I was ignorant and wet behind the ear, so I didn't know any better. But me looking at it right now, what he did in the World Cup with in that midfield, that was a decent side. It wasn't a world class side, but it was a decent side, a hard working side. You could basically say Croatia at the time was a Jose Mourinho type of side because again it had old players, were hard working players, and it had not Luka Modric, Mario Mandzukic. So yeah, because if any of you guys know, Mario Mandzukic is a fetish player for Mourinho. But yeah, bro, statistics do play a part in football, but that should not be the whole emphasis of football. For you guys that has never played football, step aside, stay in line for your blessing, and yeah. So again, football is not based on statistics solely and specifically. Statistics play a part in football. Is me. Now, if you're a striker and you haven't scored no goals all season, and you code them will play well all season, that's not going to push over because as a striker you should be scoring goals. Now, as a striker, I would prefer you score goals and play crap for like 89 minutes and score a 90-minute goal than you as a striker, you haven't scored since Hillary Clinton was running for the White House in 2016, and you have 1 goal and 0 assists. But you claim that you're playing well, bro. That is not going to go well, isn't it? No. You need to be scoring goals as a striker, even if you're playing poorly. Alan Shearer will tell you. Ian Rush will tell you. Sergio Aguero will tell you. Luis Suarez will tell you. Of course, Thierry Henry will tell you. Drogba will tell you. Robin Van Persie will tell you. All those world class strikers in Premier League will tell you. It is not easy to score goals. So I can understand the statistic route of you guys saying, well, statistics, I think statistics should be the basics of, no, football. So again, statistics play a part in football, but that should not be this, the basis of football. So with that being said, so yeah, again, Bruno Fernandes, shout out to Bruno Fernandes again. Great player, great player. Okay, it says here that Manchester United is address. I guess it's saying that Manchester United to address Edison Cavani's future at the club. This is my thing, dude. Cavani is on decent dollars per week. Okay, he's on decent dollars per week, and in terms of 2 years, so he won't be staying forever. He said that I guess Manchester United is trying to invest into giving Cavani a new contract, considering that he's been very good this season. But to go back to the statistics route, Cavani has 7 goals in our no, I don't know if it's 7 goals in our 7 goals in our competition. 7 goals in our competition. Joint with Anthony Martial. So Martial kind of catching on a bit. I must speak about him in a second. But it says here that the club wants to rejuvenate and reactivate his contract. Dude, Manchester United should not have the MO of Jose Mourinho, okay? This is no disrespect to Edison Cavani. This is no disrespect to Edison Cavani. I love Edison Cavani, but Edison Cavani is going to be one of those strikers that's going to be in Manchester United's history alongside with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Radamel Falcao, Robin Van Persie, what's that striker name from Sweden, man? Crap. And he used to play for Celtic. I'm going to remember his name because it's on the top of my lip. What's his name? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get back at you in a second. Yes, his name is Henry Clarkson. So again, his name is Edinson Cavani is going to be in those players that is in the realms or in the whole section of the room where you have Zlatan, you have Henry Clarkson. Let me get that out of the way before I forget his name again. Radamel Falcao, Robin Van Persie. Because me looking at Edinson Cavani, before he leaves Manchester United, we're going to say that this is a striker we should have gotten, and this comment has been echoed to Zlatan, Robin Van Persie, definitely, and a few other strikers like Henry Clarkson. People are going to say this is a striker we should have gotten like 6 or 7 years ago, when he was like probably 27, 28, or 29. This is a striker we're going to look back in hindsight and say, yo, this is a striker we should have gone for 6 or 7 years ago, because he was gangbanging at Napoli. He was gangbanging at PSG. I'm talking about Edinson Cavani. What's his name again? I think he's whatever. But yeah, this is a striker where we go look back and say this is a striker we should have gotten like earlier. But I don't think he would have been interested in Manchester United at the time, isn't it? Because again, Manchester United is not really. At the time, Manchester United didn't really need a world-class striker because we had Falcao, who wasn't really world-class. But his name was world-class. His image was world-class. His display on the pitch was not world-class. So, I mean, his pay per week was world-class. My man was getting 300k per week on the bench. But back to Edinson Cavani's contract. So they're saying they're trying to activate his contract. So they want to give him a 1 year deal with option for a further 12 months. I mean, Cavani is a very fit striker. He's very fit. He's I don't think I mean, is he worth it? I mean, you guys leave your comments down below in the comment section if you believe that Cavani deserves a extension on his contract, because what I'm getting here is there are a lot of players. I might go on a digression, but like I warned you guys, there are a lot of players that when they got an extension, whether it's at the end of their career or where they're somewhere in the prime of their career, they're banging goals, they're gang banging, their goals is just tearing off the net and everything like that. The club is going to want to keep them at the club, so they're going to give the player a contract. Keep this in mind, because this is going to relate to the form of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang when he got a contract. Keep this in mind. Listen to me carefully. When strikers get a new contract where the pay per week has increased, best believe the goals are not, unless you're Lionel Messi or Ronaldo. So I'm going to excuse them for that. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go on Messi in a bit, because he's been held hostage against Barca. But I'm gonna get to that in a second. So when you pay up the ante for this striker on a new contract, give him more money per week, best believe that his motivation to score goals is going to decrease, whether he consciously or subconsciously realizes it. His motivation to increase his goals is going to decrease. To increase his goals is going to decrease. That's a tongue twister, huh? But it's because the player might be saying, well, I have a new contract right now. I'm 4 years into my new contract. So I don't need to be working as hard as I was previously, is me, because I have a new contract under my belt. Is me. So I won't say I'm going to waste my time or stay in behind, but I'm a striker, so I don't stay in behind. But I'm gonna run from behind to score the goals from defenders. But the thing is that their motivation is not going to be the same as before, because they have a new contract, they have more money per week. So I think that is the same thing, the same situation with that of Emerick Aubameyang. But he's kind of getting on a bit, because he scored a hat-trick against I think Leeds United at home. But the thing with Cavani is that he's getting of age. He's not the same striker, although he's still a very good striker. But the thing is that, is he going to be the same player in 1 year's time? Is he going to be the same player in 6 months' time? Is me, because Cavani is not a striker that will necessarily run in behind like a Martial, and if Martial doesn't even do that, because my man is too lazy. But this guy has elite energy, and that's not going to last for a long time. So with that being said, Manchester United can keep Cavani, but this is not a nigga that should be starting every week. Definitely not next season. Is me, because okay, Cavani has about 7 goals and 2 assists to his name this season. I like Cavani. I like Tarzan. Is me. I like the El Mator. Is Matador or whatever his nickname is? But my nickname for him is Cavani. I don't think this is a guy that can lead Manchester United next season, that is. Because again, it's a 1 year extension to his contract. I don't believe this is a guy that can actually lead us to trophies next season. No, I don't mind him coming off the bench. But to have this guy starting is not going to be a good thing. We need players to start running behind. Now, this is where I'll say Cavani fits in, because this is where I believe Manchester United needed a target man type of striker in the squad. We're going to be playing against some old 1960 English football playing sides like Stoke, like Burnley, away from home. And they're going to play with a low block. So it's not like we're going to have the space to run in behind in unless we're going to run in behind in the stands. We don't want that because COVID-19 is a thing and we need to keep social distance. So I think that it's best to have a target man type of striker that we can play the ball to. He'll keep the ball in position and he'll put the ball in a position for another player so he can cross the ball and he'll be at the end of that ball in the box and score. Because low block sides are not going to exploit spaces. They're not that naive. Okay, they're not that naive. So, given that we have Cavani right here, so I don't think it's the best thing to like let him loose after this season or let him loose after his contract. Is me. We need him to actually play in the games where we can actually not I should say. See, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, this is a player we should be playing against sides where it's kind of defensive or conservative or reserved. Is me because I mean, if you want to play free flowing attacking football like Manchester United 2007 to 2009, I mean, it's funny I say that because the reason why Manchester United, again, not to go on a long digression, the reason why Manchester United play very good football from 2007 to 2009, free flowing football, is because if we kept Ruud van Nistelrooy that season from 2007 to 2009, best believe we wouldn't have been playing that free flowing football that we played with a front three of Ronaldo, Rooney, or Tevez, or Berbatov and Nani those types of players. We wouldn't have that type of football. So given that we have Rashford and Martial, and Cavani of course, and Greenwood, Daniel James, although they're different caliber types of players, different pedigree of players in comparison to that of 2007 to 2009 to that of 2020 to 2021. Still, the one thing we can get from this is that the common denominator is the football. That's the thing. And if we keep that type of football with the players that we have, then we can be going places. But my pet peeve is that if we keep Cavani playing, that type of free-flowing football is not going to really play out. That's why Manchester United eventually, among other reasons, because Van Nistelrooy was bitching that Ronaldo wasn't passing the ball, which I felt very petty about. But the thing is that we cannot allow Cavani to basically conserve our free-flowing style of football. I can see the type of football that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to play, but what we need to set straight is that this type of football with Cavani starting cannot last forever. Is me. I mean, experience can take you so far. What the hell is going on right here, so? Computer is acting up. I guess it doesn't like me talking about Cavani. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, I was saying that Cavani can start for Manchester United, but this is not a guy we should really rely on. This is me. I mean, Cavani is like a Giroud type of striker that he can pull off the bench. Is me. He can get a goal. But this is not a dude that should be starting game in and game out. That's my again, I'm a big fan of keeping Cavani. Is me. Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, so speaking about contract, Lionel Messi. I know I'm about Manchester United. You guys know that GGMU, but Lionel Messi has been keeping Barca on the edge and on the fringes because this midget nigga from Buenos Aires in Argentina, I believe, this midget brethren has gained. Don't get me to start lying now, but it's been said that he's been getting over the past and last 5 years about 500 and so forth $1 million on his contract. That's over 5 to 6 seasons. No, I'm not good at mathematics, but I am decent and sensible enough to know that type of money, I mean, he's the best player in the world. Don't get that tongue and twisted. But then again, that type of money, bro, and you're not winning the Champions League, bro. No, something has to be said. Something has to be said. Because you said 2 seasons ago that yes, we're going to I think he put his hand behind his back. He said, I'm going to leave Barcelona. So you go get me start lying about say Manchester United. But I'm going to leave Barcelona to the Champions League trophy, the La Liga. I think they won the La Liga. And the Copa del Rey, I don't think they win the Copa del Rey. But I'm going to try win the Champions League with this squad. We're going to go for the Champions League this season. From my recollection, bro, he didn't win the Champions League that season. Liverpool knocked you out. That's number one. And if you get Liverpool to knock you out, that tells something about you. That says something about you, nigga. So, no, he didn't win the Champions League that season. So, given that that type of money, I mean, money is kind of inflated in today's market of football because, I mean, Mbappe is like 22. Is me, and my man is, I'm pretty sure Mbappe is getting decent dollars. He's making ends per week. I can tell you, he's making ends per week. And it's funny how football has evolved. But after that long digression, let us come back to reality in terms of Manchester United, shall we? Now, Manchester United is 10 points behind Manchester City in the not the Champions League. We need to be champions in the Premier League, but in the Premier League, Manchester United is 10 points off Manchester City. Now, this is giving me a type of 2017, 2018 type of vibes. Because if you guys are a fan of memory lane, you would remember that in that season 2017, 2018, Manchester United was alongside Man City was on a routine to winning the Premier League. The difference was that we were like 12 points behind Man City. There was a 12-point deficit, a 12-point difference between that of Man United and Man City. Well, it kind of decreased because we won at the Etihad before them win the Premier League, and Jose Mourinho didn't want Man United to like concede the Premier League to them rivals. So we came back in the second half with a comeback. So, given that we messed up, because we messed up big time, and that domino effect started against Sheffield United, who is like 20th place in the Premier League. How are you going to make Sheffield United at Old Trafford beat you and man is in 20th place when they know deep down they're going to get relegated this season? How can you even... I think it's a change in the squad. I think Twansebe actually started in that game. I think he came on. Again, this is not me saying we lost big. I think, yeah, to a degree, I think it's Twansebe, but I'm not excusing the racial abuse that Twansebe got, because my man got backlashed after that match against Sheffield United, and it continued consecutively to other games that we drop points in. Yes, me, because persons are saying that Twansebe is the reason why Manchester United is in second place. We shouldn't have been here in the first place because we want to be in first place. And because Man City is in the first place, we want to beat Twansebe. No, bro. He's a part of our squad, isn't me? I think this player... See, some of you guys... No, I can't see why some of you guys are very reactionary, because in the fresh point of the season last year, of this season, of course, we were playing against PSG in the first game in France. Twansebe alongside with Mbappe. Twansebe alongside with Aaron Wan-Bissaka had Mbappe and Neymar in their pockets. Where was the racial abuse at that time? I can't hear anything. I hear crickets. Where was the racial abuse at that time? If you are going to be objective, you need to... If you are a racist fan, you should be shouting racist comments at that time. So considering that we drop points now, because the person to crucify is Twansibi for dropping points. Why are you levying those criticisms to that of Twansibi now? Twansibi is not the reason, the sole and specific reason we drop points. So he shouldn't be the person that is being crucified or burnt at the stake for that. We have other players that are at fault. Harry Maguire was at fault at certain times. You see me? And he's captain. You see me? So you guys should not be against Twansibi. Again, I don't think he's going to be a world-class centre-back. I think the reason why man is still at Manchester United is because 4 years ago, he had Alexis Sanchez, who was, at the time, one of the best, if not the best player in the Premier League, in his pockets. You see me? And ever since, he's been riding that high horse for 4 years, if not 5 years now. No, actually, it's in 2017, it's, like 4 years now. You see me? So, given that influx of purple patch performance, my man is still riding that high horse that started 4 years ago. But that's not going to determine the potentiality of Twansibi. That's my point. So yes, he's not going to be a world-class centre back, but still that is not going to excuse you guys from racially abusing the nigger. Notice I said nigger. There's a difference between nigger and nigger. You white guys are saying nigger. You guys are posting apes, monkeys, chimpanzees, orangutans, all of those kingdom monkeys as emojis to use against that of Twansibi. There's a difference between nigger and nigger. We black men call other black men nigger. Is me? Some niggers go get offended when white guys call him nigger. Is me? But black men call other black men nigger. That's how we go, nigger. So, with that being said, back to what I was saying. Manchester United is 10 points behind Man City. We have a derby that is coming up against Man City. Man City didn't start out being this good this season. Again, this has been a crazy season because you had Tottenham on top of the league at some point. And whenever you have Tottenham on top of the league, you know something is crazy going on. So, yeah, this season has been kind of way off. With that being said, because I have West Ham in 4th or 5th place. So, you know, this season is going crazy. But with that being said, this might sound diabolical, but again, I want to hear you guys comments in the comment section. That's what the comment section is for. So I want to hear you guys comments in the comment section. We can actually keep up with Man City until the very end of the season if we are mentally strong, because given that we are in the EuroLeague and we are trying to win the Premier League, I want to know how strong Manchester United squad is. This is not based on physical strength. Is me. I'll leave that to other sides. Is me. But I want to know if we're mentally strong, emotionally strong, because in order to win either the EuroLeague or the Premier League, you have to prioritize either one. We're not like females that can multitask. A lot of females can multitask. That's a part of their given nature. That's in their build-up, their biological build-up, in their predisposition. So given that being said, I don't think it's going to be a smart choice to basically prioritize both of them, because the squad is going to get burnt out at some point. And we might have a big squad, but most of the squad is not world-class players. We have at least, I was about to say 4 world-class players, including De Gea, but De Gea has declined. He's declining. We know that he's declining. But given that we have Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, some person might say Rashford is world-class. Not so fast. We're still a work in progress. But again, I don't think we can mix the EuroLeague and we get knocked out of the Champions League. I don't think we can mix the EuroLeague and the Premier League in the same bowl. I don't think it's going to have any cohesiveness, because this squad is going to be burnt out. We have mere mortals playing, not angels that's from on high that has the everlasting life of God. No, we are mortal beings with batteries that can be burnt out and recharged, and eventually those batteries are going to be eternally dead. That's called death. But the thing is that we need to prioritize either one of these competitions. If you want to go for the Premier League, we have to fight for the Premier League, considering that we're 10 points behind Man City. Now, that might sound ludicrous, that might sound off, but the thing is that I believe City is going to drop points. I believe because I think De Bruyne is back from injury. And they haven't really been playing with a strike up top. They don't have a natural strike apart from Jesus. So, I mean, Pep will Pep his way through it. That's what Pep Guardiola does. But the thing is that we can still catch up with Manchester City. The smart thing for us to do is to prioritize in my opinion, again, I want to hear what you guys have to say down below. The best thing for us is to do is to prioritize the EuroLeague and still try to work ends in the Premier League. Meaning that some players that we usually start in the Premier League, they should not be starting in the EuroLeague. For example, I think Paul Pogba is injured until March. Injured. Bruno Fernandes, because I'ma use him. If you go play Bruno Fernandes in the Premier League, because he has decent stats in Premier League, so let us keep playing him in the Premier League. We should not be starting this Portuguese nigga in the Euro League a lot of times. Now he can play, but he should not stay as a starter in the Euro League. We have other players that can be played. We have Van de Beek that needs game time. Yes, we need his behind on the pitch, not on the bench, because you can't get experience on the bench unless it's like frontal footage. And Fred is playing, so that's good. Woos, that's Scott McTominay. I think he can, play him. He can get some games. He's been playing very well this season, Scott McTominay. He has 7 goals this season, stats. But on the balance of play on the pitch, he's been playing very good this season. So, we need to start. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to know how to basically juggle that squad into which player starts in the competition with that of the... Because I'm no consultant of how a Premier League side should be run with the Premier League and Euro League. I'm no consultant for that. So I will leave that to that of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to do that. So, with that being said, again, I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. With that being said, this is kind of a sticky pitch, a sticky situation. Because if you look at the previous winners of the EuroLeague and the Champions League, okay, let's say, for example, Chelsea. When Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012, they were not in the top 4. They were not in the top 4. We had Man City on first place, United in second place. Let me check it before I start running my mouth onto something stupid. The EPL 2011, 2012 table standing. See, I told you guys, Man City top 4. Well, they weren't top 4. They got first place. Man City first place. United second place. Arsenal third place. Tottenham fourth place. Newcastle got 5th place. But Chelsea won the Champions League that season. So obviously they prioritized the Champions League that season. Let's look at the 2012-2013 season, because I must still use Chelsea. Chelsea is the main. I'm gonna use them for reference point to bring across my point. Give me a second. In 2012-2013, Chelsea won the EuroLeague. Is me. So I guess their European dominance was still in high effect. The good thing about this season is that they still won. They still were in top 4. They got 3rd place, but they won the Euro League. Now, they didn't start out they didn't start out being in the Champions League. My man got relegated and designated in the EuroLeague because they played poor in the Champions League group stages. So they got bashed out, eliminated, and abolished from the Champions League that season. Is me. So with that being said, Manchester United can learn. Yes, the great Manchester United can learn from a squad from North London that is not as big as Manchester United, but in terms of how they prioritize their the competition, I think that is where we should go in that current situation. Is me, because Manchester United is still in top 4, and we have decent players that can get us through in the Champions League, the Euro League. Is me. So again, we have the squad to do that. The question is, can we utilize and use the players properly in those competitions? That is my question. That is my burning question at the moment. So I'm going to do the preview in a second, because again, I don't want this video to go over an hour, because you guys know I have the spirit of preaching. So whenever I start preaching, I'm gonna go over 2 hours. But okay, we're going to play against Newcastle at Old Trafford, against a former player who is now a manager, Steve Bruce. This is going to be my last talking point before I close down the show. Okay. Newcastle is obviously doing decent this season. Let me check their Premier League current standing. They're doing decent this. See, I don't want to start with my mouth now, because the last time I said that Fulham, when we were playing Fulham, when I said that Fulham was playing well this season, Fulham was like in 18th place. So let me just do my due diligence at first before I start. See, they're in 7th place. They're in 17th place, not 7th place, 17th place. So add on 10 points onto that. 10 places onto that. They're actually in 17th place. But still, because they basically neutralized Liverpool from actually scoring at St. James's Park. Although we're not going to play at St. James's Park, they're going to play in our park, and that's called Old Trafford. And considering, we should not be seeing this as a walkover match, because I'm pretty sure that was the same mindset we had against Sheffield United when we were on top of the tree, but we dropped points either way. So given that being said, Newcastle has decent players. I think they have Callum Wilson from Bournemouth. They have Fraser, who joined Callum Wilson from Bournemouth. And they have Andy Carroll. We need to watch out for that nigga, because that English 6'4" former West Ham striker, he's a I was talking about target man. This dude embodies the epitome of a target man. This man breathes the breath of a target man. This guy takes a poo as a target. This guy is the best embodiment of a target man. I don't think I can name one striker, unless it's like Olivier Giroud in the Premier League, that can probably let me not go on a long digression, but still, if this guy is starting against Manchester United, Victor Lindelof is going to be in trouble. Victor Lindelof is going to be in trouble if Andy Carroll starts and Victor Lindelof starts. Hopefully it's Eric Bailly, because Eric Bailly is a beast. So, yeah, we have to watch out for that, because if they're going to play long ball at Old Trafford, that might actually cause problems for us, because our defense has been very shaky as of late. Our defense needs to be on the top of their toes. This is me, because Harry Maguire has been messing up as of late in the defense, and bro, you are the captain. You are the captain. Sort out your defensive line, bro. Sort your defense line, or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer go sort you out on the bench and strip you off the captain's armband. The nigga that forgot the flip coin seasons ago. Boy, you want to be captain. Um, can't believe that. I mean, it's the first time he's becoming captain, but how can you even forget that, bro? I mean, come on, nigga. Um, the thing is that you need to be aware of. I'm coming on to the 50th mark right now. I'm a wrap up. Start out to defense as a captain, bro. You're the captain for Manchester United. We get that. And that is probably inflating your ego to a higher degree. But let us all agree that you should be starting out to defense, please. We're asking you, please, to start out to defense. In the midfield, but midfield has been doing very good with that of Fred and Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay and Fred has been very good in terms of a double pivot because I believe those players complement themselves from being in a detrimental situation. What I mean by that is Fred is not as physical or physically built as that of Scott McTominay. On the other side, Scott McTominay is not as fast and fluid as Fred. So, with that being said, those players can complement each other. That's a complementary duo. That is Fred and Scott McTominay. You see me? They embody a complement. They can be a couple on the pitch. You see me? I'm not talking about off-field antics. I'm talking about on the pitch, they are a very good couple. One is very fast, fluid, quick on the ground, can break up play quickly. Scott McTominay brings strength and physicality in that midfield. You see me? So that's the difference. And of course, at the top of the midfield, we have Bruno Fernandes. That makes everything click and tick. That, again, we need Bruno Fernandes to be starting and getting points and goals. The striker that I would like to, yes, I think Cavani is going to start. I think, okay, let me give my starting level. David De Gea, I know David De Gea has been off and off as of late. So I don't think Dean Koons will be starting. I don't think Dean Henderson will be starting. Right back, Aaron Bissaka. Aaron Bissaka has been doing very well in terms of his tackles, but I believe that he's becoming a bit too predictable in terms of his tackles and slide tackles, because again, we know that you're the best slide tackler in the Premier League, bro, but there is going to come a time when one of those left wingers are going to sort you out. Adan Nyanez, I had you on toast Thursday night yesterday. Is me. I'm not calling you out, bro, but you're becoming too predictable with your movements. You see me? Now the thing is that you don't play against Adnan Januzaj all the time in the season because Spain is different from England. Manchester United is in England, not in Spain. So again, Spain plays different football than England. So you're not going to know what Spanish players are going to be doing against how you defend. That's why man had you on toast. But there's going to come a time a left winger in the Premier League is going to sort you out. Could be 2 days from now, 2 seasons from now, or 2 decades from now if you're still playing. Well, a lot of time you're going to be a centre back or you're going to be in a retirement phase. But the thing is that you need to be more expansive in your defensive play. I know that you're trying to make that as your signature phrase, a ringtone in terms of your tackles. I get that, but still, bro, you have to be very expansive as a defender. You see me? So yeah, Aaron Bissaka, right back to where you were, bro. At centre back, unfortunately, if Andy Carroll is starting, unfortunately, I'm saying unfortunately, keyword unfortunately, Lindelof has to start, because based on, if you do your criminal history on Lindelof in terms of strikers, he doesn't win the ball when he has been against Christian Benteke and other strikers when the ball has been played up to him or up to other strikers that he has to mark. He's not very good in the air. So I had to put that in the air. So Harry Maguire is going to obviously pair up with Lindelof at centre back. Luke Shaw, although Alex Telles played well against Real Sociedad, we have to keep the momentum moving. This is me. I believe Luke Shaw is going to start against Newcastle, coming up on an hour, against Newcastle on Sunday. In the midfield, like I just said, Fred and Scott McTominay as the double pivot, with that of Bruno Fernandes as the number 10. That's where you're going to spend his time at. The striker, my trick here is telling me Martial. My heart is telling me Martial. My mind is telling me Martial. So we'll go with Martial up top. Rashford on the left wing and Mason Greenwood on the right wing. Again, I don't expect my Premier League starting level to be perfect. That is my predicted Premier League starting level for the game against Newcastle. Again, you guys know what's up. Leave your prediction down below in the comment section who you believe will be starting. My score prediction is obviously a win. I think we're going to win anyway, but in terms of the score prediction itself, I think we're going to concede, It's just in Manchester United's DNA as of late, right? Probably 3-1. 3-1, I don't think that is something hard to ask for or to demand because we want to win the Premier League. So I would say a 3-1 win to Manchester United. Again, leave your comments down below in the comment section. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing a match reaction on Sunday. So that's a given. That's written in stone. That's a part of the commandment. So yeah, expect a follow-up on the evening of Sunday after this match. On the evening of Sunday. So hopefully we win this game because again we need to catch up with Man City while in another breath trying to win the EuroLeague. Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to lay hands on a trophy. You guys stay blessed, don't stress. Keep safe. I know COVID is still in full effect, but stay safe and I'll show you guys in the next video podcast. Peace.